Just a wrap up of the work session and the council meeting for the City of Grand Rapids for July 9th. A couple of things happened at the work session that's important. Brad Peterson was in and talked from the Coalition of Greater Minnesota Cities. Grand Rapids is a member of that organization, and he gave an update on some of the highlights of what had happened at the legislature this last year. And we certainly expressed our concern over some of the bonding stuff, what's happening with local government aid going out there into the future, and then the potential for the sales tax question that's going to be on the ballot this fall for the City of Grand Rapids to be used for the Rapids project at the IRA Civic Center. So one of the things that was important to note from his discussion is we're not alone in this. There are a lot of hub cities that are the center point from a commercial and a business standpoint. Grand Rapids happens to be one of them. If you look around the state of Minnesota, you see a lot of those hub cities where they are the gathering spot where a lot of activity from outside of the cities comes into the city, so they look for stuff that helps them in that role. So looking at the sales tax issue, the LGA hoping to get back to the 2002 level. Child care continues to be an important issue out there. They're hoping to get some monies in the next biennium that could be used to address some of the child care issues across the whole state of Minnesota. Grand Rapids is not unique. I think most communities are experiencing that, in that it is a tough position to fill to have adequate coverage for child care, and especially on the infant care side, so that mom or dad or both can get out there and seek employment. The other thing that happened was Kim Johnson was in talking about Towards Zero Death and the 8-county Northeast region, trying to help bring those numbers down. We are making some progress, and the numbers have been slowly declining, and the projection for serious injuries and fatalities seems to be going down, trending not as fast as we would like, but certainly it is starting to trend down. And the awareness of engineering, enforcement, and what they can do out there to help bring up education, help bring up an awareness standpoint by people out there that distracted, it does you no good to get in an accident because you had your thumbs working on a cell phone or something. Lane changing was a serious one from the standpoint of injuries and accidents. So people changing lanes, whether they may be distracted, and intersections. Just what happens at some intersections is a big one. So it's an awareness standpoint, and they're going to be out there once again at a lot of functions in Itasca County, at DARE and National Night Out, hoping to bring up that awareness of people on this critical issue. At the regular council meeting this evening, we did not have any department head reports, so we were able to go through the council agenda very quickly. On the consent agenda, not a lot there. We did extend an agreement with the school district for the resource officer for 18 and 19. We accepted a donation of $3,200 from the McRosty Arts Center for the Arts and Culture Commissions. Appointed election judges. As you know, election's going to be coming up here this fall, so the city is responsible for the polling places, so we did get that appointment of election judges. At the regular meeting, we did a memorandum of understanding with the school district. Part of the Project Rapids is Legion Field, that 240-acre piece of property that the city inherited, gifting from the Legion Club. We've got the arena sits there, Legion Field sits there, Noble Hall Field sits there, and then the school, high school, is up there on that property. So we're looking at what we can do to increase the activity at some of these developments. So one of the things that we'd worked on with 318 is a memorandum of understanding that once Project Rapids is done, if successful, and that field is turf, when the bonding is done, that field reverts over to the school, and then they will be responsible for it from that point on. The other thing that we did this afternoon was under the Finance Department. We had an extended and amended contract for auditing services from Redpath and Company for fiscal years 2018 and 2019. And then due to an accident, one of our squad cars was, by the insurance adjuster's recommendation, the squad was totaled. So we approved a request by the police department to purchase a new SUV police interceptor from Hibbing Ford, who has the state contract for those type of vehicles, for $28,381.45, and with the equipment added in and the installation, not to exceed $48,000. And with that, we adjourned, and we look forward to seeing everyone in 2 weeks on the 23rd. Get out there and enjoy some of the nice evenings as it cools off. We are losing daylight, but it's nice evenings once the heat dissipates a little bit. So looking forward to seeing you in 2 weeks. Thanks, and have a good evening.